Good morning, Commissioner. Thank you so much for taking the time with us today and for all of the information you've been sharing. I personally think this is one of the most important conversations we're going to have this year around how we are, as you said, investing in our future. And as one of the senators from Rochester, New York and the surrounding areas, and as a product of our schools here in the 55th District, you know, for some time I've been very troubled about the amount of foundation aid owed to our schools already. And that is compounding my troubles, seeing that we are essentially supplanting this federal funding that's come into our schools. So in fact, we're not getting many gains. So my question to you is about the fact that so much of the state cuts are really just mirroring the federal gains that we will make for this year. And I'm wondering if you can speak on what you think the effect is going to be on schools like the city of Rochester, but a lot of the schools here in the 55th District who really right now have no certainty in terms of what even their future might look like, knowing that these are one-time federal funds, but these may be permanent state cuts. Can you speak on that, please?
Sure, absolutely. I think you've summarized it well in the sense that any time that you rely on dollars that are one-time shot, at the same time that you're doing that, you're also cutting dollars that you know the reoccurring issue is going to happen. Then what you're creating is clearly a situation that is going to hurt many communities, and it's going to, the end result, as you said, we're in challenging times. Even we were in challenging times pre-pandemic. This has obviously created additional issues such as, you know, and some of it is not just the academic part of it, some of it is the trauma, the isolation, the kinds of needs, social, emotional needs that our children are going through, our families are going through. So all of those issues have to be addressed through funding. We obviously are going to need additional resources to have everything from, you know, social workers, psychologists, you know, counseling, support systems for our schools, our children, our community to really come through this process in a way that really would allow students to even maintain and go back to what I would call the new reality. So any time that you know, as you said, you take this investment and you use that investment, but at the same time as you're using that investment, you're making other kinds of decisions that hurt long-term. What you're in essence, you know, doing is creating a plan, what I would call for long-term problems for our communities. So I keep emphasizing, yes, I am very grateful for the one-term infusion of dollars from the feds, but we have to think about what the implications are on the other side of the ledger in terms of the permanent cuts. That is going to hurt us beyond now and tomorrow. We really cannot have the kind of conversation that we think that these dollars, replacing these dollars, are going to advance the needs that our communities have. And the needs go beyond, in this pandemic, go beyond the academic needs. As I said, the social, emotional, the trauma, the needs for, we just saw our higher ed chair having difficulty with the unevenness of broadband. So can you imagine, how disruptive learning can be in a remote setting where that's happening? So I really think we have to really think about our long-term investments. And as I said earlier, and that's investing in our development, looking at our economic development, our children. Our children are our future, and we have to invest. And we can't just say that we're looking to invest. Well, on the other side, as an agency, we've taken a hit. And I am a voice, and I have to be a voice on behalf of our children in our communities.